Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Season 2 premiere of The Mark Mo Show. My name is Mark Maloney and I am your host along with AK219's very own Aiden Maloney. Aiden, how you doing today?
Feeling beautiful, a little under the weather. I'm sure some of the more avid listeners can probably tell in my voice a little bit, but besides that, you got to look at the silver linings, the bright side of life, as they always say, and I'm doing fantastic.
That's good.
You know, got back from a little mini vacation last week.
Portland, Oregon,
Salem, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, did the whole coast. Well, not the coast, but you know what I mean. It was fantastic. So I'm bueno, as they say down south.
The deep south, yes.
Yes, deeper than the deep south.
Yeah, that's exactly what they say. But yeah, the Pacific Northwest is really great.
It's gorgeous.
I love it. If I had a job offer, I'd probably go tomorrow.
Easily.
Easily. There's just a few places in this country. Florida's kind of whack right now, so that's kind of temporarily
Back
at least
burner.
off. Yeah, it's off my list. But I love the Vegas area. Not so much the craziness. I mean, the craziness is there if you want it.
Right.
But just being in the desert, the mountains, there, it's just cool, and nights get cool. And there's a lot to like about it, and then the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That's great. I'm glad you had a great time.
Very fun. Yeah. And cold aside, like I was saying, fantastic. Excited to be a part of Season 2. Glad I wasn't put on the old back burner like AK219 has been. But hey, I've been doing content on my own channel, which kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So AK219 on a bit of a hiatus right now?
Seems like Kev's just been busy, honestly. He's been busy. He's working 2 jobs now, trying to make a little dough, which, I mean, I can't blame him. It's a dog shit economy in a arguably not very nice country, so...
Right.
It's rough out there, so I feel for him, and of course AK219's hurting from it, but I can't fully put that on him. Like, his situation is only, a certain percent in his control, so...
That's true.
AK219's on hiatus for the foreseeable future, but anyone curious about more content, of course, The Mark Mo Show on YouTube and podcast apps, and then Aiden Spelled the Right Way is where you can find more of me if you choose to.
That's right, and people should do it. The gaming content's really great, and it's a lot of fun. The bridge building.
Yeah, the poly bridge is fun.
And then the, what's the one where you have to find the anomalies?
Oh, the observation duty. Those are really fun.
I like that one too. And it's not so much like finding a book that moved or a chair that's tipped over, like doing that again and again and again. It's like monotonous. My eyes start to hurt, and I'm I'm sure there's something there and I'm missing it. I love when those freaky dudes just pop out of naked babies and it's crazy shit. I love it.
It's great. And the monotony of like searching so in such a detail-oriented fashion makes those jump scares what they are,
That's fair. That's a great point.
And it is a fantastic pace of game,
Yeah, it really is. But hey, you can go to Aiden Spell the Right Way and check all that great content out.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's
Links are
awesome.
somewhere. They're always somewhere.
I mean, we're always producing new content weekly on all podcast platforms and YouTube. So check it out. And as Aiden said, like and subscribe. That would be pretty great. And just like we did with the first season, Season 2 will probably get a couple of interviews in Season 2, just like we did Season 1. And I'm not sure who we're going to have yet. I have a couple of ideas, and we'll just have to see how those come to be.
You've got that big brain. You'll pull some names out of a hat, and it'll be excellent.
I got a network. I got people.
He knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
They all know a guy.
We all know a guy, right? Oh.
Hey.
But anyway, and if you like the Mark Mo Show, check out After Hours. It's my radio show. Locally here in Valparaiso, Indiana, our little chunk of turf here in middle America. 103.1 FM on your dial. But if you want to check out the stream, it's wvlp.org. Or the TuneIn app on your handheld device. And I also hear if you yell at Alexa, she'll play it too. So you might have to be more detailed than After Hours. I'm sure there's a few other poser
imposters,
imposters, as it were. So you might have to. I don't know if you have to after hours WVLP or after hours that sexy host. I don't know. Pick something.
Let us know how it turns out. Yeah, if that pans out for you.
Yeah, definitely let us know for sure. At any rate, it is 2 hours of uninterrupted Celtic punk and alt rock every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time and Friday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So definitely check it out and check out all of our great content.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for free.
It's for free. Well, we usually start out with some meatier things at the beginning, a little bit of dialogue, a little bit of back and forth on various subjects. We try not to be too super serious about it, but it's our little soapbox, as it were.
Very true.
And things that kind of rile us up or things that just make us go WTF and those sorts of things. So here in our little Midwestern town of Valparaiso, some 38,000, is that what it is?
About 40, yeah, just shy.
Just shy of 40. Some underhanded dealings were about to take place. Now, the first one involved a data center that was planned just outside the city limits. The data centers typically think like Amazon or something along those lines, X or other
web services.
Web services would utilize those. They are massive. They use an enormous amount of resources, like enormous, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. They generate incredible amounts of electronic waste.
Water waste,
and they just kind of negatively impact the communities that they're in. The second deal involved the use of eminent domain to displace 2 successful retail businesses, a bank, a law firm, other small businesses, and several apartment tenants. The powers that be, we'll just say that,
right,
wanted to eliminate these buildings to expand the central city park. So, like, really, smack dab in the downtown is this park. Little band shell. Orville Redenbacher, he's our claim to fame. I guess it could be worse.
Straight out of Valpo, yeah.
Straight out of Valpo.
Our little popcorn boy.
Little popcorn boy, Orville, sitting in a little statue out there. And then this Urschel Pavilion that holds a lot of people to do just about whatever the hell you want to do.
Skating, dancing, rollerblading.
All of it.
Picnics. Yeah.
Picnics. OnlyFans. No, well.
Is there a law against it? I think actually there is.
There might be.
I think there is.
There might be.
But I didn't see it happen, so.
Yeah, well, maybe not so much that. But just about everything.
Sure. Within reason.
Within reason. That's for sure. Kev, keep your feet loose. At any rate, in that park expansion would be a year-round event center that obviously would feed money back to the city. The strong-handed tactic to use eminent domain to acquire the buildings. One, a historical property. It's been there over 100 years. Is in great shape. All of this was born out of a thing like a works committee. And who makes up the works committee? The mayor, a mayoral appointee, and an ally of the mayor. That's the board.
So it's essentially just the mayor's will.
So it's just the mayor's will.
Yeah.
Once again, just leaders trying to be kings or emperors or whatever the hell they want to do. It doesn't seem as if the community, or doesn't it seem as if a community should be involved in decisions like this?
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that it wasn't on a ballot. Because it would have been voted no.
It would have got crushed.
1-4. Easily.
Easily, yeah.
And there's a reason. I believe I was looking into this earlier, and the eminent domain story you were talking about was not publicly released. It was leaked.
Right. So somebody saw it.
It was leaked, which means that this was meant to be behind closed doors because of how unpopular that decision would be.
Yep.
And how dogshit of an idea it is.
Mm-hmm.
It was leaked, and that's the only reason that it's been put on hold for now.
Yep. Yeah, it's quote unquote off the table.
Right.
But you still have to be diligent with these jerks, because they'll just try to.
It's such it's such a power move, too, to even consider that.
Mm-hmm.
To even consider that. And this isn't the first time that, unpopular decisions have been made by the specific mayor.
Oh, yeah,
or
for
unpopular
sure.
decisions specifically using taxpayer money.
Mm-hmm.
Think of other things on Lincoln Way. Say, a huge parking garage and condos. Who funded those?
Right.
Oh, that's right. We did.
And who collects the checks, right? Who are the contractors that were sent to do that? I know that there was a big issue involving unions. And
Yeah, Teamsters 150 was out there striking.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. And it seems like the data center is not happening for now, off the table as well. But
yeah.
just the idea that it was discussed using eminent domain to make this happen is disturbing and foul, unprofessional, unmayoral behavior.
Oh, it is.
Entirely.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, credit to the community for stepping up in both cases. People on the right, people on the left, and those in the middle, said, we will not have a data center in our community, and it was defeated. They stood up for small business. They stood up for historic preservation. They said, you will not gut the center of our city for a bigger park. We don't need. The information leaked, as you said. The community filled social media with this plan to oust these successful businesses and tenants. Some, I don't know who, went door to door with flyers talking about this poorly conceived plan. Days later, mayor pulls it. Victory again.
Yep.
Now, when the community, and I will point this out, tongue-in-cheek, I was the guy walking around, handing out the flyers, going business to business and people on the street and all that kind of stuff. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I just think if you're going to be a member of a community and there's something so important to you, do what you can.
Right.
So, people, especially behind a keyboard, they think, hey, we'll fire off all this information that we found out about what's going on and this and that. And a lot of people did that. A lot of people, Sue Baxter, I will give her credit, Panorama News is kind of her thing. And she's very good in terms of social media outreach. And she kind of used her abilities there to just pepper everywhere with what was going on. So I thought that was really excellent of her to do. And then, and I don't want to shortchange anybody else. There are a lot of other activists out there and stuff like that. I think of Hannah Trueblood. She did a video that I thought was very thoughtful. Surprise, right?
Right.
Very thoughtful, very informative. Jesse Harper, excellent video. And it was the community that killed this thing.
Right.
So, and me going around handing out these flyers, my decision. I'm like, I'm going to do it. Because, look, people can sit there and do things on social media, and that's fine. But it's a different story when you get face-to-face with someone. And you're able to get that genuine read on how people feel about certain things. And when you're discussing it, this flyer I had made up had a QR code on it, and it went to a website that the owner of one of the buildings made, detailing like all the shit that was going on. So I put that QR code on there, and I think it said something along the lines of support local business, we're not for sale, or something like that. I thought was really good. But I went just business to business, going around. And the amazing thing to me, and this one guy, gosh darn it, I think his name is Mike. He owns the Aurelios off 30. Great conversation with him. Now he admits he's a little bit right of center. He's not happy with what he did. And another friend earlier is left of center, not happy. And I found that walking through town, that just as many people on the right or the left or in the middle, because the one thing you get, especially in the Midwest, a lot of times, and not exclusively, but a lot of times you get people that are on the right. They're not super far right. They're not super MAGA. Not, at least you have to get like way into the farmland or something to find a bunch of red hats. So let's just say. I find in communities like this throughout Northwest Indiana, like you don't get a lot of right wingers. You get people a little bit right, a little bit left, and people in the center. not super big differences with most people. And when I walked around, I got the same sentiment from everybody, regardless of what side of the aisle they were on. And I felt awesome for a minute, because I'm just like, see, this is the way it used to be, where you could have a conversation. It didn't matter. You're not going to sit there and insult them. They're not going to insult you. You're going to have some dialogue, and you're going to talk about some things. Excuse me. And I love the fact that everybody was so receptive, so supportive of small business.
Right.
Which you should be. It was great. It was really great. I was so happy to do that. But I will say this. When a community stands together like that, you can stand up against bad governing and money grabs, things like that. You can do it. To those that think they're kings or dictators, you're not. We're going to stand up for those in the community. We're going to stand up for what's right. Valparaiso, Indiana has shown that the tide is beginning to turn, that all of these oligarch types that think that they can then run things like a king or queen,
right,
to be fair, in terms of whether it's municipal government or county or state or the federal government, your time is up. Your time is up because, quite frankly, the number is on our sides. We just have to make a conscious effort to fight,
right,
and to win.
True.
Because you can. It's going to take work. It's not going to be easy. But we've shown, at least on this small town level, it can be done.
True.
It can definitely be done. So I've really enjoyed being part of that. So just to have the courage to be heard, stand together, it'll be victory. You know, that's I think, super important. One other thing that I want to mention too, and this is just kind of a basis, especially for smaller local government. Governing, in part, is wants and needs. And you have to decipher when there's things out there, projects, whatever the case might be, what side that falls on. So, for example, in our community here in Valparaiso, Indiana, say, for example, better drinking water. That's a need.
Right.
That's a need. That's important. Think of better infrastructure. That's a need.
Yeah. Affordable housing.
Affordable housing is a need. Safe schools and parks for your kids. Super important. All that stuff is a need. Wanting to take out businesses and tenants in buildings that are perfectly fine and that are part of the downtown community for a bigger park that nobody really wants.
Right. It's not even a want.
Other than like maybe a dozen events or so, there's rarely anyone in there.
No.
People passing through. Sometimes if it's hot, the little sprinkler thingy's going off and the kids are running through. That park isn't packed all the time.
Right.
There's no need. They wanted the money grab. They wanted to enrich contractors and other people working on the project. They wanted that year-round event center thingy there.
Right.
To make money. That's what they wanted.
And the only people who can realistically afford to rent such a would be the rich pricks that perhaps the mayor surrounds himself with.
Very possible. Yeah.
It's just a thought.
Yeah.
It's just my hypothesis, really.
And let me just throw this out there. We're not saying that all people that have money are pricks. You're not. I know some wealthy people that are very nice. I know some wealthy people that are actually very progressive in their politics, and they want good things, and they donate their time, and they donate their money, and all that kind of good stuff. So there are good people out there. However, the people that do align themselves with someone like that,
sure,
they just want to make money. They don't really care a lot about the community. Funny thing is, after all this happened, they just had some big community event.
Right.
They had some big community event in the middle of the week that you had to buy a ticket to go to.
Of course. But of course.
Buy a ticket to go to a community event.
Jesus Christ.
It floors me. And look, I'm going to throw this out there. And this is to the good guys, too, that sit there and be like, hey, let's have a rally for this, or let's do this, or let's do that. Great, I love that. Freedom of speech, say your part. I hate it that it's like, well, why didn't people show up at the courthouse at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday? Because it's 10 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Right. Yeah.
I'm working, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's other people that are working. We can't No, we can't.
Right. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you gotta have it Saturday morning at 9.
Right.
I'll show up. I'll hang out with you.
Yeah. Read the room, you know?
Read the room. So just be a little smarter than that. And, yeah, I mean, say your piece. Me and a friend of mine, we had a really interesting conversation about all of the protests, local and otherwise, national, people having their voice being heard, showing up in droves. That's great. You'd love to see that. But the conversation we had was, what's next?
Right.
And I think that's a fair comment. Maybe that'll be the title of next week's show.
Sure.
What's next? That's a great question.
The only thing that I would want to hammer home is when the next mayoral election is, don't forget that this prick tried to do this.
Right.
Don't forget that. His career should be cooked. His career should be cooked. Period. Full stop.
Data center and the eminent domain thing should be done.
Dunzo. You're out.
Yeah, they're...
Don't forget that this happened.
Right. It would be shocking, quite frankly, if the Republican Party even supported him. They might just be like,
"Oh, I'm sure
you're out."
Yeah,
because if they're smart enough, they'll read the tea leaves and be like, "Yeah, if we run him up against someone really popular or talented, smart, he's probably going to lose."
Yeah,
but they're probably going to lose anyway. So
right.
You make your bed, you sleep in it, or whatever. However that saying goes. I'm not really good in the sayings, if you catch my drift. And I think that might be a saying, too. All I'm saying is stand up, be heard, and maybe we'll discuss what's next.
Very true.
Week. Yeah. Well, that's it. That was a really great conversation. And by all means, we throw this out there. You can contact us through the socials. We're all over the place. Mark Mo Show as a Facebook page. Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. I'm sure Aiden has all that stuff as well. So
absolutely,
feel free to reach out to us, especially with stuff like this. And even if you're local and you're an activist and you want to get involved, maybe you want to be heard, maybe you want to be one of those interviews. Let's talk.
Absolutely, the floor could be yours.
Absolutely. All right, after this quick break, Carpe Diem on the Mark Mo Show. All right, we are back here on the Mark Mo Show. Thanks so much for joining us, per usual. Please like and subscribe. Share with all of your friends. Even if they're not your friends, share. Maybe you'll make new friends.
As you should.
As you should.
It could be a good time.
It could be a great time. Now, speaking of great times.
Yeah, speaking of great times.
Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
Let's go. That is our little segment. Screw you, Roku.
They tried to steal it.
They tried to steal it. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Can I put my copyright block on them?
Yeah, right. Speaking of, hopefully you've enjoyed the new intro music and interlude music.
I wonder who did that.
Could have been me.
I think it was.
That's cool.
Aiden, an electronic music maestro,
known
as
it were. 713.
713, yeah, tell people where to go.
It's another YouTube channel I have. Just called 713, spelled out.
Right.
Not the letter, or numbers. Like spelled out 713. You'll find me.
You'll find them.
I'm over there.
It's good stuff.
Links are somewhere.
Somewhere. You'll find them.
Thanks for checking it out.
You'll sniff it in. Sniff it in.
Sniff it?
Sniff it out.
Sniff it in. You'll sniff it in, baby.
Well, if you're sniffing it in...
My channel is good as cocaine. You'll be sniffing it in.
You'll be sniffing it in.
My man.
You know, little white girl interrupted. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. But anyway, let's get back to Carpe Diem. People send us their DMs and we read them on air no matter how goofy or silly or sexy or gross they are. We'll read them. If you ask a question, we'll answer it.
Sure.
Maybe.
We're not contractually obligated to.
We are not. We are not.
We gift you the answers.
Let me look at my contract.
No, yeah?
No.
Not in there.
Nope. It says N-O.
Oh.
That's it.
Concise?
Yeah.
And clear.
Indeed.
As it should be.
As it should be. All right, Aiden.
Yes.
Did you get any DMs this week?
Got a handful of DMs. Got one here from my boy Hambone. asking, would you rather have $1 million or never have to sleep?
Uh-oh.
That's tough.
Well, Aiden,
Yes.
I will go on the record as saying I will take the $1 million. And
Okay.
the reason I will take the $1 million is because I currently don't sleep.
Oh.
So I've kind of got that covered. I'll stay out till 1, 2, 3 and just rock it and be like, oh, got to get up for work at 8. Bam, I do it, shower, I'm ready to go. I'm a machine. I don't know how it works. My friends are baffled by this,
Sure.
to be quite honest. They don't know how I do it day in and day out, but I do. I think strategic naps are very important. So
Certainly.
you come home, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing this or that tonight. Take that little 60 to 90 minute crash, and I think that helps. That helps
I
quite
agree.
a bit.
Yeah.
So I'll take the money.
That's not a bad decision. And the tough part is like I enjoy sleeping, for the most part.
Yeah,
Because
like
there's-
a good 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah,
when
like
you haven't been sleeping, no
Actually
doubt.
wake up feeling refreshed. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, oh boy, I'm actually looking forward to going to sleep. But I get it, right? Like the extra 7 or 8 hours a day, like literally you spend 1/3 of your life as a human being on Earth, you spend to sleep.
That's true.
So what? I literally get an extra 25 years of lifetime.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. I mean,
Or if you kind of do a comparison, so like the life cycle of like a car versus a human. Now, if I sit there and I drive my car 19 hours a day, is my car going to get run down much faster than yours? Maybe
Sure.
I'm dead in 5 years. I don't know. But I always feel like hey, if I go to bed at 10 tonight, I'm gonna miss something. Like, I just know for sure. It's just like I've seen it happen before.
got that FOMO.
Oh man, I just feel like I'm gonna miss something. So be like, oh, I'm kind of sleepy. Maybe I'll get some sleep tonight. And I roll home at 10, and then the next day it's like, dude,
Oh, yeah.
you missed it. 4 Volkswagens rolled up with these little clowns and balloons and strippers, and they all piled out. It became a big, like, I feel that's going to happen. If
right.
I go to bed, the universe is going to be like, ha, you missed it. So I always feel like I'm going to miss something.
Sure.
Always.
Yeah. I think I can appreciate your decision to take the money. I would really like to not have to sleep. I think if sleep were a decision I could make where I don't have to do it, but like that extra 25 years, well, I mean, life expectancies are down in this country, so maybe that extra 23 or so years
Right.
of my life that I spend sleeping that I no longer have to, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel tired or it wouldn't negatively affect my mental or physical being. That would be so nice. I
That's
could
true.
literally catch up on all the TV shows I've been missing. I'd have extra time to actually feel competent in working out. I'd have extra time to like play video games I've been skipping out on.
And how amazing would it be at like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, step out on your front porch and sit in a chair, light breeze,
Right.
and no
Oh,
noise, no
man.
nothing.
It'd be beautiful.
Because everybody else is sleeping.
Right.
That's pretty great.
It would be beautiful. I never have to sleep. Easy decision.
That's an easy win, huh?
That's
Okay.
an easy win for me. I mean, having $1 million would be really nice right now.
Oh,
it would
sure.
be really, really nice right now. But just that extra 8 hours. And granted, if I do the math right, it would probably mean I would have to eat an extra meal every day. But with how much extra productivity I would have,
Oh, sure.
I wouldn't mind.
Like your to-do list would be non-existent because you would just be like, oh, I'll just do this.
Right, be on top of everything.
Yeah.
Not having to sleep would be so clutch. Next question I got here comes from Willy Wonka.
Hey, Willie.
The Willy Wonka. Asking, what's your favorite chocolate? I'm sorry to say it's not anything Wonka related, because I think that's just a name owned by another mega corporation.
I think so.
I don't even know who it is. Unilever or Mars or I don't know. One of the big names.
There's like 6 companies that own like 80% of the companies. Yeah.
So it's not Wonka. I like Lindt chocolate.
Yeah.
They make good truffles. They make a really nice extra dark chocolate or like midnight dark. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's really tasty.
Yeah.
Tony's Chocolonely is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those like smaller brands, but they do the like no like certified like no slave labor for the cocoa collection.
Oh,
and
I dig that.
I really support that.
Yeah.
So Tony's Chocolonely, and then there's a chocolate brand called Endangered Species, I believe it's called, which also does that and like supports efforts overseas to protect endangered species and things like that. And the nicest thing is their chocolate tastes amazing.
I love that.
So they check both boxes, in my opinion.
Do.
I would say those are my top 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Fuck Hershey's. That shit tastes like sand.
I don't... You see, I don't get it. And you think about companies that are quote-unquote institutions, and I imagine that Hershey's would kind of be on that list somewhere.
Right.
But I don't know why.
I don't get it. And it's
now, don't get me wrong. Hershey's Special Dark, I love. That's a good the little tiny candy that you get.
Yeah.
Crackle's pretty good.
Crackle's good.
But like a regular Hershey bar,
no way. Yeah.
I'd rather like a carpet.
Right.
I just don't want like it's gross.
Yeah, it is. And the weirdest part to me is I believe Hershey's owns Reese's. They produce Reese's, and the chocolate that has the peanut butter in the middle tastes different. It tastes different. I don't know if it's the extra like oils from the peanut butter inside of it, or whatever it is. It tastes different. Reese's is fantastic, and Hershey's is foul.
Well, yeah, that's it exactly.
I don't get it.
I don't either. It's nasty. I like it's specialty candy bars, Hammond's maybe.
Okay.
And they have all these crazy, kooky, different types of candy bars, chocolate bars, different things. Like they have one with like potato chips in it, which is really good.
Sure, yeah.
And they have like all kinds of like different things, like a cookie crunch one, like has little bits of Oreo in it. Like it's a really kind of neat stuff. So I think it's called Hammond's. Like you could probably fit, like if your town has a candy shop, it's probably in there.
Yeah.
And then we have a candy factory not too far from where we're at, 20 minutes away, and it's called Albany's. Now they're known for their gummies and all that kind of stuff, sour gummies.
They sell a bunch of treats and trinkets,
but they really do. And I don't know if they make these. They may just get them from someplace, but they have these chocolate bullseyes.
Oh yeah,
I could eat 20 of those things easily.
They're killer.
They're so good.
Yeah,
just there's some sort of balance with kind of the creaminess from that. Is it like buttercream or vanilla cream? I'm not sure what's in there. Yeah. But whatever that cream filling is, and then just the dark chocolate, it's so good.
It's almost like a dark chocolate fudgy type consistency, confection, if you will.
So I'm a big fan of those.
Those are fantastic.
For sure. Yep. And they also, not necessarily candy per se, but they have these dark chocolate pretzels that they have there. The dark chocolate pretzels and the dark chocolate peanuts and cashews. Oh my God.
It's really good.
I'm like ready to go there.
Yeah. They've got those double dipped.
The double
peanuts.
Dipped.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Really good stuff. The final question I received today from Chud Chudson. What's your go-to sleep or go-to sleep hack? Well, considering I don't have to sleep anymore, I got nothing for you, Chud.
Yeah.
What works for me recently is stretching. It's something I used to do, and then I fell out with it, and it's something I picked back up recently. It's so nice to just stretch before bed.
Yeah.
You know, just stretch out your muscles, take that 5 or 10 minutes, just get good stretches in there, good healthy stretches. Like, don't go crazy with it. Don't strain yourself. But, like, it makes going to bed more comfortable because any muscle pains or tightness that you had before is now gone because you stretched it away.
Yeah.
And then waking up is easier, too, because your muscle tightness isn't getting worse as you sleep.
Yeah.
Because you stretched out before you did. So that's a huge key. And then also, I do not consume caffeine after about 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is my sleep schedule is different. I wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. every day and go to sleep by 9 p.m. ish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just move that up to whatever your timeline is.
Yeah.
But I don't consume caffeine after 10 a.m. because caffeine stays in your system for up to 12 hours.
Yeah.
So if that's just... If you're cracking open...
Right.
You're cracking open Red Bulls at, 8 p.m. expecting to go to sleep by 10, that's not going to pan out for you.
No, that probably won't be too good.
So yeah, no caffeine late in the day and then stretching. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I pretty much mainline caffeine.
Yeah.
I put it in a little spoon and then I put... Well, never mind. I would say really the only hack that I have is a hack I can only use half the year, and that is opening the window, and my bed is right next to the window. So there's that whole theory about the best sleep you can have is if you sleep outside. But then, of course, there's bugs and whatever.
Yeah,
and I don't want any part of that. Nature gets in the way of that. But if you have a nice breeze coming in, you're right by the window.
Fresh air.
Oh, my gosh. It makes a huge difference. And then there's some nights I have this program on my phone, and you can create brown noise, white noise, storms, wind. Like, you can just pre-program whatever sound scenario that you want.
Sure.
So, like, there's one that I do where there's, like, rumbling thunder, but the ocean waves are crashing.
That sounds beautiful.
Which is something I used to do when I was down in Florida. I'd go down there, wait till the sun set, and just feel the breeze coming off the Gulf, and then just listen to the waves for a while. Sometimes I'd doze off, sometimes I wouldn't. But it was so great, and it's great too because there's like a timer on it, so it's not like you're going to sit there and drain your phone. You just be like, 10 minutes, and then just assuming that within that 10 minutes you'll fall asleep.
Yeah. That's really nice. I too need the white noise, but usually just a fan.
A fan does it for me.
Yep. Yeah.
A fan is a good one too.
Yeah, and like you were saying with the breeze too, whether it's an open window or the fan, the breeze makes such a difference. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is physiologically about having a breeze on me that's like, I can sleep right now.
Yeah, because if it's hot and stagnant, I cannot sleep.
No.
Or I will never fall to a deep sleep.
Right. Or if it's too quiet. Like, there have been times where, like, the power goes out when I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm like, nope.
I hate that it's quiet.
It's eerie. I can hear all the creaks and cracks around the house. I'm, like, hyper aware of everything. I'm like,
things scurrying outside your window or on your roof, and you're just like, is that in the house? Is
you
it
hear,
not in the house?
like, ravens caw in the background. It's like, I'm going to get murdered.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm cooked, boys.
Yeah, full moon, you're out there. Like, I don't like that I can see at night. Just turn the lights out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was good. Good DMs, man.
Righteous. What you got then?
I got a few here. I've got one from @ShinyHappyPeople.
Oh, yeah.
Love your show. I am one of many that spread the word of the attempted park expansion in Valparaiso. I patronized 2 of the businesses that would have been shut down if the eminent domain acquisition of those properties would have gone through. We win, you lose again.
My man. Well, you're doing the Lord's work there, Shiny.
Shiny Happy. Yeah, thanks, man.
So keep up that great thing.
Gotta keep it up. I have @Bevan Coland.
Oh, no.
I don't know who that guy is. I am a hockey fan. It is fun. I like skating. Do you guys like skating? I like skating. It is fun. I am a hockey fan.
Okay, Bevan.
Wow.
Duly noted. Thanks.
Duly noted.
You'll be hearing from our lawyers. We told you never to contact us again.
Yeah. Come on, Bevan. I thought we went through this. Yeah, that's great. You like hockey. Devils are sucking right now, so I'm almost done with hockey for the year. But no, to be completely honest, I don't like skating. I suppose if I had had the opportunity as a kid to like do it on a semi-regular basis during the winter, and I was like really good at it, I might feel differently.
Sure.
But it was always one of those things where like you went once or twice a winter, and if somebody would be like, "Hey man, let's go skating," and it's like you went with their parents, and you got up on the skates, you fell down 20 times, you got bruises and shit, and it's like, why is this fun?
Right.
I missed the part where this was fun.
Yeah.
And then you grow up as an adult, and people be like, "Oh, let's take your kid skating." Oh, yeah, what a great idea. And you fall down 20 times.
Right.
And you're like, okay, this hurts more now that I'm old.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan.
I too kind of had the same experience because we we're not in Canada, Minnesota, wherever else that has big ponds you can skate on.
9 months of winter.
Right, 9 months of winter, hockey rinks on every corner. I too never really got that experience. I'm not very good at skating, but I always felt like I could be good at it. Like I feel like I have a certain finesse to me that like I could do it.
Yeah.
It's just I never do.
Oh yeah.
I never do. Never really went out and tried to learn, and it's not something I would do solo. So it's like, it's not even on the back burner. That pot's in the cupboard, dude.
It's done. And it's a shame, man, because like I've played floor hockey. I like hockey.
Yes. Yeah.
And like I'm actually pretty good at the floor version of it. But you have to have a skill to play the sport, and that skill being skating. And if you can't skate, you can't play hockey.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting difference of a major sport from the others, where it's like anybody can pick up a basketball. Sure. Anybody can grab a glove and a ball. Doesn't mean you're going to be good at it, but you can do it.
Right.
But hockey, it's either floor hockey or what. That's it.
Or you know how to skate.
Or you know how to skate. That's about it.
Yep.
But at any rate, the next one, at Galinda the Bad Bitch.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Thought Galinda was the good wit. Well, this is the bad. Oh, in a bit. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. I want a man that has the balls to hang with me. Where are these men at? I certainly haven't found them.
Well, Galinda, neither have I.
Nah,
good luck to you.
No. And I'll tell you what, Galinda. I run these streets. So
he knows the guy,
and I know a guy. So I'm just gonna say they're out there, or we're out there, and we have the requirement that you desire. The
gusto,
the saccage, as it were, the Sacagawea.
El Cajones.
The El Cajones. We so many languages. We
I don't know what balls is in German.
Balls, I don't know. They probably yell it, though. Yeah, so...
Dein Kackenballen.
Den Kackenballen. Yeah, so we're
shout out Germany.
Shout out Germany. What's up, dog? Yeah, we're most of us are pretty good in that area. So I just think you're hanging out in the wrong places, Galinda.
Yeah, it's locations is important.
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
If you haven't found the big ball boys,
yeah,
then you're probably not hanging out in the big ball boy spots of town. No,
you're not. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm just gonna be like, if you ever go to Franklin House in Valpo, maybe Duffy's, or perhaps Zombie Club in Crown Point. Melissa, what's up?
Not sponsored, but
they should.
Sure.
They should.
They should
we'll
think
work
about
on
it.
that.
Yeah,
they're definitely thinking about it.
Plant that seed.
Plant the seed.
Yeah.
Planting seed. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Galinda. Back to the point. Yeah, we're out there. Just find us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
we're there.
Crack out your binoculars.
No doubt. Yep.
It's a little weird, but I'll understand.
I've been involved in weirder. No question. My final one, at Stoner Stanley 420.
My man.
Oh boy. Okay. Hellowdy. So I'm guessing that's like a hello and a howdy. Hellowdy. Momo and Alan. Merry Easter.
Thanks, man.
Do bunnies lay eggs or do they just paint them? I'm confused, man.
Stoner Stan, my man. I am
what a
too.
Gem.
I am too. He is a gem. Merry Easter to you and your family of green plants. I don't know what the fuck bunnies do. They're mammals. They give live birth. They do.
Right.
So
they're
I don't know if they no opposable thumbs. If they're painting the eggs, how do they have the dexterity to do it?
They wouldn't. There's no way.
So So now we're on conspiracy theories. How do the eggs get painted?
That's fair.
Birds aren't real.
Right.
9/11 did George Bush.
Yes.
What's next?
What's next? I don't know. I just know there's a conspiracy theory here. This Easter bunny has to be stopped. I don't.
Someone find this son of a bitch.
I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I want to grill him.
But that's what I'm saying. A little Hassenpfeffer. But all I'm saying is if there's a 6-foot bunny rolling heavy with a basket full of colored eggs that he can't color. I've got questions,
right?
And I want answers.
Ice cream bunny or whatever the hell.
Nah, he's got to be stopped.
We have to put an end to this.
Just like the windmills. It's a different story.
The
folks.
Indiana whales. You should have seen it. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's on my channel.
Towns Time Forgot. We need to get back to that too.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was good. We had a lot of really good response, but there's a little bit of production. Takes really half to 3/4 of a day,
Right.
to do it. But check it out. I had a lot of fun.
It was very fun.
It was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with this guy all day, and it was very creative. Got our creative juices flowing, and it just seems like the possibilities are unlimited for us.
Very true.
And I know Gilman's calling.
Gilman, Illinois. Bless your heart.
We're going to have to take a Saturday here now that the weather's getting nicer and make a plan.
Very true.
I think. Even if we start early in the day,
Yep.
finish by midday or something, that would be awesome.
Yep, I agree.
So we'll
I believe
have
it's
to
one of
do
the
that.
first uploads on my channel.
I think it is.
Yeah, the third ever, I think.
Yeah, so just to give you guys a little teaser, and we highly recommend you check it out, and of course the rest of his channel. It was us going around west central Indiana,
Yeah, give or take.
give or take. So for those of you with Google or
Google Maps, Google Earth.
Atlas,
Yeah, MapQuest.
MapQuest. It is basically, we were like south of Cedar Lake.
Yeah,
And-
by a little while.
Yep, and then we were just north of Lafayette, I think.
Yeah.
We went pretty far down there. We went until we reached the Illinois-Indiana border.
Yes, that we did. I believe the last town we saw was Ambia,
Ambia,
Indiana.
Indiana.
Population of about 230, even though it looked like 0.
Be careful how much Ambia you take.
Dangerous.
Could cause blindness.
200 mils
Clubfoot.
max.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it caused a lot of stuff. So just be careful with your Ambia.
Egg leg.
But yeah, these towns were they were so different, so weird.
Kramer.
In the best. Kramer. Yep. And here's the funny thing. So we'll let you tune into it to get the real meat and potatoes of what this was. But there's a guy, Eric, and his son, and they were in a truck. And everybody we came across was just so cool.
Very kind.
They thought it was really neat what we were doing. And his name was Eric. Okay, so Bears fans, pay attention. His name is Eric. He steps out of his car. He's like, "Oh, I've got a town for you."
Well, first he pulled over.
Oh, right.
Because we pulled over to take a picture of this sign someone had in their front yard that said Monkey Corner.
Monkey Corner. And the monkey's
Indiana.
smoking a cigarette, right? Oh, I loved it.
Monkey's got a dart. And Eric pulls over. And he's like, "You guys broken down? You need help?"
How cool.
And, yeah, you went on to explain, like, "No, we're just crazy. We're out here filming, like, abandoned towns." And he's like, "I got a spot for you."
It was so great. And he's like, "Oh, you got to visit Kramer." And I'm like, "And your name's Eric?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, trying not to laugh because as a Bears fan, one of the better quarterbacks we've had in history was Eric Kramer. Like, it's Eric Kramer. This is great. But we went to Kramer.
The lore runs deep.
Whew. Yeah.
You just got to watch.
That was a good recommendation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
But it is a good watch. We met the woman on the bridge.
Woman on the bridge. There's the weird farmer.
Right.
What was that? That was a town next to Bosco.
Correct. Yeah, because we were hanging out by that abandoned church.
Yeah.
And we were inside, and we were kind of making jokes like, "Holy shit, looks like there was a fight in here." And we're just kind of looking around. There's like tables flipped and papers all over the place. And it was windy, because I remember that was the one spot that we had where our audio is a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
But we're like sitting there and we're trying to talk, and this guy's coming out like it's his town, and what are we doing there? And it looked like he wanted to hurt us.
Yeah.
We're like, and we're gonna wrap up, and we just like got the hell out of there.
Skedaddled.
We did, indeed, we did. But it's fun. You guys should check it out. And once again, hit us up on the socials. You guys know towns like these. Be like, "Hey, you guys should visit here, here, and here." We'll do it.
Yes. If you are aware of fun ghost towns,
Yes,
hit us up. Or just decrepit areas.
no doubt.
Because Ambia was not necessarily a ghost town. It was lived in, but it was
creepy.
It was creepy. It looked nasty, and like you'd catch some kind of fungal infection if you walked around barefoot.
It did. Actually, we got to Ambia, and I like leaned against his house, and I kind of stepped back because I'm like, "Oh shit, I might knock this thing down." And I was going to lean on it, and then I decided against it. But the thing was, like, this house was run down, looked like it should have been condemned. Like, eminent domain, good use here. And so we're like, oh, wow, blah, blah. And then we walk in the backyard, and it looks like there's like relatively current toys.
There's kids' toys everywhere. We're like, what the hell's happening?
Whose kids are back here?
Right.
And are they ghost kids? They might be ghost kids.
That's what, yeah, we were thinking.
For sure, yeah. But it's fun. So Aiden and I are probably going to plan in the next few weeks here a little strategery, maybe get one or two of these done this summer. That would be, I think, a good idea.
Be fair. A fair idea, for sure.
It would. It definitely would. But anyway, that's our DMs once again. If you got DMs, hit us up, and we'll definitely read them on the air for sure. This is a time where we talk about other foods, and Aiden does a great job with this. The other foods, it's what it says. These are other foods. These are foods you don't go out of your way to eat.
You wouldn't find this at a local diner.
No, you would not. And as a matter of fact, you should stay away from most of these foods. Do not open them on airplanes. Just don't consume them. It's just a bad time. It's a bad idea. And Aiden will find them. Aiden's just like, okay, will this make a Billy Goat puke? That's right up my alley.
Yep, got it.
So what do you got this week?
I once again went to this beautiful well, a well of knowledge.
Is it the well that Kevin Boland's in?
It could be. I'll find him at the bottom of the list somewhere.
I'm
in
sure.
The sewer of worst.
The sewer.
But this comes from the Disgusting Food Museum. So
Okay.
This is an online blog or publication, I believe, where they essentially do what we do, but it kind of seems like they did it first because they're amazing with it.
Oh,
They're
really?
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
This is how I found out about those fermented boy eggs or whatever it was.
The piss egg?
The piss egg.
Oh, God, so gross.
So this is another one from their online blog, if you will.
Okay.
Like curated worst foods. A stinky tofu.
Oh, no.
So this comes out of Southern Asia.
Okay.
God bless their souls. Stinky tofu. So tofu is fermented the tofu is fermented in a strong brine of fermented milk, vegetables, and meat. Stinky tofu dates back to the Qing Dynasty, still very popular deep-fried street food. It's eaten more as a snack than a full meal, but the smell has been described as rotten garbage, stinky feet, rotten meat, raw sewage, and baby shit.
Oh, my God.
Quote, the taste is a bit eggy and not nearly as bad as the smell.
Oh,
the aftertaste
no.
is that of urine.
Are you serious?
Hey, I'm just quoting this person. Ooh. The stinkier the tofu, the better the taste, they say. Many street food vendors gain a formidable reputation for producing the smelliest tofu. This Chinese delicacy can be eaten cold, stewed, steamed in a hot pot, but most of the time it's deep fried. Spicy sauces often served with the tofu. Deep fried, it's crunchy on the outside, soft and juicy on the inside, which also sounds unpleasant. Some vendors tried to fake stinky tofu by adding gunpowder, rotten fish, or other illegal substances to the brine in order to gain the reputation of stinkiest. But they've been arrested for it.
I would hope so.
It's a common dish in China. Could also be found in Hong Kong and Taiwan, as well as Asian stores around the world. Some stinky tofu, like other types of fermented foods, started as a mistake. A man named Wang Zhe, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, failed the imperial examinations in the 16th century Beijing. He chose to become a tofu merchant. This is the lore, by the way.
Okay.
A tofu merchant instead. One day he had way too much fresh tofu. Rather than throwing it away, he cut it into cubes and stored it in clay jugs. A couple days passed, he opened up the jug and saw a green slimy goo with a horribly rancid smell. He decided to throw it out, but before he did, he tasted the scary substance and found out that he loved it. He soon started selling fermented tofu in his store. It was a success. One of the best-selling brands of stinky tofu still bears his name, Wang Zhe.
Wow.
You can't make that shit up, man.
You cannot.
That's just wonderful.
That is wonderful.
That's just a good time. Not for me, but you guys go ahead and enjoy.
Damn, man.
If you, at home, have ever tried stinky tofu, or know someone who has, please let me know. Let us know.
Let us know. I would love to know if that guy's still alive.
And was it the smelliest?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Inquiring minds want to know.
You know, does the aftertaste really taste like piss?
I want to know.
And if so, how do you know for sure? Have you tasted piss and compared?
Right. Yeah.
Compare and contrast, man.
Like baby shit. Let's
Right.
talk. We really should talk.
Has the scent of baby shit. Okay.
Oh, God. Nope, I've dealt with baby shit, so I'm just going to take a hard pass.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where call me crazy. I like my food to smell good and taste good.
Yeah, it's kind of a stretch.
I know, it's a contrived opinion, maybe antiquated even.
Maybe.
But if it were to smell and taste good, that's the type of food I enjoy.
No doubt.
I
agree.
So go out there and try some stinky tofu.
Stinky tofu.
If you're the adventurous type.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Oh, anytime.
I will. If somebody ever says, hey, you want this tofu? Typically, I say no anyway.
Sure.
So I just, as good policy, I just say no.
Right. God forbid it's stinky.
Yeah. Right. If it's stinky, then run away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best practice, I think. All right, stinky tofu. We are now going to take a quick break. When we get back, feature segment, You Just Made the List on The Mark Moe Show. All right, we're back, everybody, and that means you just made the list. That is our top 10 list of, well, hell, just about anything under the sun, 10 through 2, and we do a surprise. Hey, our number 1 pick. And this week, well, you know what? Let's do this first. We should go through the rules.
Oh, sure.
So very
Smart
important.
To do.
It is so important to do. And let's see. Let's page through here. Page 183, section 5. Yeah, there's no rules.
Oh, good.
There's no rules.
Glad that was amended.
Yeah, it was definitely an amendment or 2 or 8. Yeah, but yeah, that's no rules.
No rules. None to be found.
Nope. And so we just do whatever the hell we want, pretty much.
Damn right.
I love it. This week, the 10 places you have to see before you die. Now, very broad, but sometimes these broad categories are a lot of fun.
True.
We go different directions sometimes with them, and I think people like them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. Yeah, it's fun because then the audience gets to interact, make their own list, think of their own ideas as well.
Wholesome family fun.
Family fun indeed.
That's what I think. But so I'm going to start out with mine, do 10 through 2. And so places is so broad. And I kind of went a certain way, and I'm going to throw this out. Number 10, Yellowstone.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
It's not because I like Kevin Costner and, seeing them ride around with steer in Montana and being in the middle of nowhere, which just looks incredibly appealing. I want to go there because, number one, when that huge super volcano goes off, we're all going to be dead anyway.
True.
So might as well go enjoy it before that thing goes off, because once that thing goes off, it's just going to be a massive crater on this planet.
Yeah.
So
Be a damn shame, really.
Yeah, so might as well enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Not in the winter. The winter just looks like a hellscape.
Yeah. At least see some cool geysers while you're out there.
See some geysers and some mountains and some glacier lakes and all that kind of good
the
stuff.
The anger of the earth.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And just like, no bears, no snakes. That's my quote. I stick to it. I got lost in a national forest with my daughter.
Oh, yeah. I remember
One of her bucket
that.
list things was, I want to find a hot spring. Cool. So we're going through the Nez Perce National Forest, heading from Washington through Idaho down to Oregon, because that's where we just wanted to go. And so we're in the National Forest. There's something about a springs. Ooh, want to find it? Check it out? Yeah, let's do it. So like the 4-lane road became a 2-lane road, became a dirt road, became no road.
Ooh, quite.
We are in the middle of the forest. No road.
That's awesome.
We're like, how the hell did we get here?
And you guys weren't necessarily in a Jeep or a Humvee.
No, it's an SUV, and her name was Karen because she was just a bitch of a car.
I think it was a tiny little Subaru.
It might have been, and like it was one of those cars where like if you drift a little bit in your lane, she pulls your ass back, and I don't like that feature in a car at all. Yeah, so we just nicknamed her Karen right off jump. We're like, oh, she's gonna be a bitch this whole trip, and she was. So we're in the middle of the forest. And I'm like, I think we're on a road. And so I said, let me run ahead and just see. Maybe there's some dirt road around this bend here. Maybe something's going to pick. So I get out of the car. Now I get out of the car and I realize immediately I made a mistake because now I'm in the middle of
Now
the
you're
forest.
in the middle of the forest, right?
Where there's no trails, there's no anything. And so I'm like double timing it, and I'm kind of going down this grassy patch, whatever, and I'm going no snakes, no bears, no snakes, no bears, no snakes, no bears. So I figured just about anything else I could probably handle. Snakes or bears, we're gonna have a we're gonna have a problem.
A bad time.
We're definitely gonna have a bad time. So I like run to the end of this thing, and I kind of go around this bend, and I just see trees and nothingness of the forest, and I thought, well, shit. And so I kind of look back to my daughter Alex,
right,
and I'm kind of like, not yelling, but I'm just like, hey, let's 3-point turn this thing. Let's get the hell out of here. And she's like saying something to me, but the windows are up.
Oh, right.
So imagine like someone behind glass saying something to you, but you can't hear them.
Right.
That was this situation. So she's like trying to explain to me, and I'm like, what are you, just turn it around. And then she's like, her body language is becoming more angry.
She's becoming irate.
She is. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I finally get up closer to the car. She rolls down her window. I said, would you back this thing? She's like, Karen won't let me. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean? She's like, I'm trying to back up, and it's saying there's something in the way. I'm like, grass? I'm like, what the shit? So I get back there, and the sensor must be above the plate.
Sure.
On the back of the car, because there was a weed. A weed. About, say 2.5 to 3 foot tall weed. Those little prickly ones.
Yeah.
And so I go back there. I'm like, this? It's not even a log, or is this is a weed? And Karen won't let us back up because of a weed. And I just reached down and I just one big swoop, and I pulled that fucker right out of the earth, and I chucked it. And I'm like, will Karen let you do a 3-point turn now so we can get the hell out of here? Oh yeah. And we were a weed. I almost got killed by bears and snakes over a weed. Not the good weed.
Yeah, the bad one.
The bad weed. But yeah, so definitely forest adventures, national park adventures, go on them.
No bears, no snakes.
No bears, no snakes. That's the quote. Live by it. All right, that was number 10. Number 9, Alaska.
Oh, see the northern lights, man.
I don't think I would traverse Alaska by foot or by wolf or Iditarod.
By wolf could have some cool stories, though.
Could have some cool stories.
Yeah.
Especially if I just saddle that thing up and I just like go for it.
I mean, white wolves are huge.
Exactly.
Compared to normal dogs.
Just like, just be out there for months and just come back looking like that Robert Redford meme with the big beard, and he's out in the wilderness, the thing where he just smiles and does that nod. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to be that meme and just come back and just people be like, holy shit, Maloney was been in the wilderness, man. I've seen some things.
Oh, he did Alaska, didn't he?
He did Alaska. Yep, he'll never be the same again. But I like the Alaska. Like, I'm not a cruise guy. I'm not a floating hotel guy. But I think for places where traversing by foot or car is not the best idea, a cruise is the way to go.
Sure.
And you can see the fjords and all that kind of shit. So I think that'd be cool. Cool way to see it.
I agree.
Number 8, a New Jersey Devils home game. A little bit of a swerve there, but it is technically a place.
It's a place. It is a place. It is the place to be.
Yeah,
I would say.
Definitely. And I am a Devils fan. Devils and Hawks are my 2 hockey teams. Hawks, obviously, right here.
Chicago.
45 minutes away, so they're right there. So I get to see the Hawks really whenever the hell I want, except if it's playoff time. But but the Devils, I've been a Devils fan for a long time, and I've just never seen a game on their home ice. I would love to do that.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be great. Tokyo, number 7.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see Tokyo.
Beautiful.
I've always heard people are hospitable, largely. They are a culture where if you are an English-speaking American, you don't feel like an asshole.
Sure.
Like, most things are written in English, and almost everybody over there, English is their second language, so they're able to communicate with you.
Right.
So that's pretty nice. Plus, just the architecture.
I would love to go when like all the cherry trees are in blossom.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Kyoto and I would just love to see it.
Yeah.
So I guess it could just be Japan in general, but Tokyo would definitely love to see. Number 6, a World Series game.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, I'd prefer it be Cubs and or Red Sox.
Right.
Because those are my 2 teams there. But I'd go to any World Series game if somebody gave me tickets to it. I think I'd go. It'd
Yeah.
just be a
Oh,
cool
hell yeah.
Cool experience for sure. Even
Yeah.
Game 7? Oh, man. Game
That'd be
7's,
so
baby.
great.
Yep, Game 7's way to go. Number 5, Texas. Now, the reason I want to go there is, number one, it's one of the few states I haven't been to yet, so it is on my list anyway. But there's things there that I'd want to see. I heard Austin is just a super cool town. Great food and music scene and the whole thing. I would really like to see Austin, University of Texas.
Sure.
And then Dallas, I think would be kind of neat to see. Maybe catch a Cowboys game. That'd be fire. And then definitely the JFK library and Dealey Plaza and all that, just because that's like JFK is one of my heroes, and so like just being there and soaking it in.
Sure.
I'm not one of those weirdos that thinks he's like still alive, like a hermit in a sewer. He's
hiding out with Tupac.
He's with Tupac.
Yeah.
And if he is, we know they're
as they should be.
Number 4, Denver Broncos home game, same thing. I love the Bears and Broncos. The Bears I can see. Broncos, a little inaccessible, but we did see the stadium.
Yes, it was out of season when we went to Colorado, but we saw a Nuggets game, and
we did see the Nuggets game. That was a lot of fun. The Nuggets is kind of like our other basketball team next to the Bulls, and that was a cool thing to see. And it was a great game. It was like two young teams just getting good, and it was Portland and Denver.
Yes.
So it was really, really a good game.
Yeah, got to see Damian Lillard on the old come up.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude,
watch this guy. He's good as hell. So that was a fun game. Number 3, the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That would be something to see. I could even say Super Bowl / College Bowl game. Like Rose Bowl or Cotton Bowl or something like that. That'd be kind of neat to see. So that would definitely be on the list. And number 2, a baseball game in Fenway.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I've been to Fenway.
Yep.
But did not see a game. So I definitely want to see a game there. I think that would maybe change
It'd be
my
magical.
life. It would be magical for sure.
The old green monster.
So I withhold my number 1 and pass it on to you, sir.
Okie dokie. I went cities, but I like cities with an asterisk, because sometimes it's not just the city. I would want to see the whole country too.
Sure.
Number 10, New Orleans, Louisiana, because I have not been, and like all the parties, like the French Quarter, like going there on Mardi
Voodoo
Gras.
shops.
Oh, yeah. That would be awesome.
It is awesome.
Seems righteous. Number 9 on my list, Edinburgh, Scotland. All the castles, the big hills.
Haunted shit.
Just rainy and gloomy, and it just seems beautiful.
I dig the vibe. Yeah.
Just seems beautiful. Number 8 on my list, Rome, Italy. Just the history, the Colosseum, all the historical buildings just seems super neat.
Yeah,
and then of course, get some good food while we're there.
Oh yeah.
Number 7, White Sands, New Mexico.
Seems interesting.
So cool. So cool. I drove through New Mexico when I was a wee lad, but it was literally just driving through. I think we stopped in somewhere near Albuquerque at a hotel because we had to sleep. I think we were on our way to Arizona, but driving through New Mexico was kind of a nightmare. It was just boring, and
it was like if you could drive on Mars. That's probably what it would look like.
It's all sand and tumbleweeds. Occasionally you'd see like a cool rock in the distance. It's like, oh, a cool rock, and then it's just sand again. It's like, oh, okay. But seeing white sands would be really fun. Number 6 on my list, Tokyo, Japan.
Love it.
Seems absolutely righteous for the exact reasons we brought up a moment ago.
If Nintendo, unlike your adventure at Nike, which
that was hilarious,
is pretty great. I would love to see like the Nintendo headquarters.
Yes.
If you could like do a tour, I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be so fun. That'd be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like the place to be.
It does.
Number 5 on my list, Sydney, Australia.
Ooh, interesting.
I love the country of Australia. It seems so cool.
I think I'd vibe really well with their people.
Yeah.
If you're from Australia, what's up, guys?
Yo, yeah, shout out Australia. I think we've got some listeners down under.
We do.
Yeah.
According to the stats, we do.
Listeners down under, mate. I think it'd be really fun. And not just Sydney. I'd love to see Perth or Adelaide. Spend some time in good old South Australia. Could be a lot of fun. I would go during their winter, because their winter is kind of like our fall.
Oh, that's nice.
So I would definitely not want to go when it's 100 Fahrenheit outside.
And just stay out of the water because, like, that's Great White Central, and I just wouldn't want any part of that.
Yeah, I think I'd be more afraid of, like, the huge spiders they get.
They do. And mentioning their animals is worth it. Like, if it crawls or flies or swims in Australia, it can probably kill you.
It can and might kill you.
And might kill you. But that's the excitement.
Yeah. If you want some fun learning after the show, look up the Great Emu War in Australia. That is real, and that is something they fought.
That's awesome. I love that.
I don't think they won. I think the emus won.
The emus definitely won.
Yeah. Number 4 on my list, Los Angeles, California.
Yep.
So cool. Going to South California, seeing all the big cities. And it's not just LA. I would love to see San Diego, San Diego. Love to see Sacramento, even though that's further north. But yeah, just going in LA and realizing, like, oh, this is exactly Los Santos. They nailed it in GTA 5.
They really did. And so it was interesting. Like when you play a video game and you have to get used to certain patterns and things like that to get good at the game. And so when I jumped on this game the very first time, because I had been to LA before, I was driving around. I'm like, why do I feel like I know where I'm going?
Right.
I feel like I've been here before. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
It's very neat.
And I feel like when I eventually get back to LA, like I'm going to drive around and just start laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I know where everything... Yeah, where's Los Santos Customs at?
Right, exactly.
I'll rizz up my car.
Yeah, so I'd love to see LA for sure. Number 3, Maui, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Would be absolutely beautiful. It just seems like a wonderful place. And of course it's been shat on by not only American imperialism, rest in peace Kingdom of Hawaii.
Yeah.
But also the fact that it's just a commercial hellscape in most places.
Yes.
But, just going out and experiencing Hawaii as perhaps it was before we got there. Number 2, Providence, France.
Oh.
Now, I love shitting on the French.
If you're from France, hi, guys.
Yeah, hi, guys.
How you doing?
That sentence kind of ends there. I just love shitting on the French. But Providence seems super cool. Because it's not hoity-toity, snail-eating, long cigarette dumbassery of Paris. Ooh, the Eiffel Tower. Shut up.
Ooh, your artwork was cool once, but now it sucks, and they put us out of business. Check out that video.
It's more in the countryside of France, and they've got these like big lavender fields, and it sounds wonderful.
Yep,
sounds wonderful. So it's a big number 2 on my list. France with the upset.
I love it.
Coming in at number 2.
I love it. That is a surprise for sure. I will get to my number 1. It is the country of Ireland. It may be a place that I consider relocation at some point. I've had a friend giving me information about how to get the citizenship. Her husband went and did it, and it wasn't particularly difficult. Just stuff you got to fill out and do all that. And if you do most of it on your own, there isn't a huge cost. Just the cost of, well, if you don't have a passport, you got to get a passport to go there. But just all the paperwork that it takes to file with them and get that moving forward.
I would love to do that also.
And I can get that dual citizenship and then give you guys a path to go there if that's what you guys want to do. But,
damn right. That's the dream forever home right there.
Yeah, it really is. And there'd be a few handful worth of people that I would miss, but largely I would pack my shit and get out as fast as I can.
Skedaddle.
And that with the goal of finding that typical Irish cottage with a thatched roof that can be like half home, half pub, and just have it be this tiny little cozy pub.
Right.
That people can come in and get their Guinness or their Smittix or whatever the fuck they want, and just like people that are touring the countryside or on their bike and just come in and have a pint.
Yeah.
I would love to do that actually.
And find a way to stream NFL games in your pub.
Yes.
That's something it seems like they have trouble doing overseas, is like getting American football.
Yep, get American sports because let's face it, when those noon games kick off, it's 6 p.m.
Yeah.
in Ireland, so most people are, they're around. They
Yep.
Come for those games. They
Damn
might not
right.
stick around for the 3 o'clock games.
Yeah.
But I will.
I'll be there.
If it's my pub,
You own the place.
pub will be open. Yeah, absolutely. Now, the Monday night game?
Yeah, those 7 p.m. games might be a bit tough.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah. What's that, start at 1 a.m.?
Start at 1 a.m. Yeah, we'll see who's up for the challenge.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, Ireland would be great. Just the countryside and the castles. And we have family from County Mayo and Cork and
Clare.
I think Clare,
Yeah.
yeah. So we have relatives from all those counties and would be really great to kind of look them up. I think they're my niece Lauren had done a lot of genealogy research and posted that online. I don't know if it still lives out there, but before I'd go, I'd probably reach out to her and be like, hey, give me all the info you can.
Right.
I'm heading over there and just to like catch the graves of our ancestors and just learn more, because there's
It'd be fascinating.
a lot of it. Yeah, and maybe not mention my dad's dad.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's so long in the past.
So long ago.
Maloney's have an amazing history there.
Right. A
We have an
fascinating history.
A fascinating history, yeah. I'm sure we'll do just fine there. But Ireland, number 1.
Yes. My number 1, too, is Dublin, Ireland. I just went with the big city because I feel like if I were to move to Ireland, especially with my line of work, I would probably want to be somewhere near a more metropolitan area or the suburbs of
Dublin, Shannon, something like that. Yeah.
So I went with Dublin, Ireland, but honestly, the whole country is not really much bigger than an American state necessarily. So
True.
I mean, it's not. I've always heard stories of like, Europeans or like people that live in the UK or Ireland, and they're like, oh yeah, we live about like 40 minutes from our parents. We only see them a couple times a year. It's like,
What?
because they don't want to drive the 40 minutes.
They want to drive the 40 minutes.
I live 3 hours from my mom. I see her like once or twice a month.
Yep.
I think it's just an American thing to travel and drive that much regularly. So
Oh, for sure. Be like, oh, that's my friend. He lives a couple hours away. Oh, yeah, man, let's go see him.
yeah, it's like, oh, I live in Dublin. I'm 2-3 hour drive from the west coast of Ireland.
That's it.
Shit.
You can go coast to coast, baby.
Just drive out there day trip.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
There's no doubt.
I would have no problem with that. But yeah, that is my number 1 as well.
I love it. Yeah. Well, one of these days we'll get out there, and all the people that I know have gone there have always just said amazing things.
Yes.
About it. So I am definitely looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Ireland, number 1, baby.
My man.
Yeah. So for all you Irish people, start listening, man.
Tell your peoples.
Yeah. Tell your peoples.
Listen over a Guinness.
Right. Exactly. Is it wrong?
Or a bottle. I won't blame you.
Not at all. Do you.
Granted, I don't know how much American craft beer necessarily enters your country to consume. So most of the beers we sample on one of our later segments, you'll hear the official beer review.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the Irish really have access to the things we try.
I'm not sure.
But you could always let us know what you have to try.
For sure. Maybe in some of the bigger cities like Dublin, maybe they get some craft beers
Some more
from
imports.
America, possibly.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe they have some of theirs we've never had.
That
would
true.
be
I'm sure of it.
that'd be amazing.
Little Irish microbrews. Oh man,
Be it.
count my ass in.
Hey guys, I'm here to just try it in your beers, and that's what I said. Just be all tanked up.
Oh yeah,
Got to sample all your beer, man. I don't know when I'll be back.
just sloshed.
just tanked. Just tank it up. But that's the end of our top 10 list. Hey, you got a place? Let us know.
What's your place?
What's your place? We'd
What's
love to know.
your home address and social security number?
That's right. That's all we ask for.
Let us know on Signal group chats. I hear it's very secure, even secure enough for the United States Department of Defense.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Ocular scan, blood sample,
Send us the deed to your house?
skin graft.
Yeah. Skin what?
I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of that. We're on to Review Preview. That is where I review and preview a movie and tell you wonderful, beautiful people all about it. And this week, review The Amateur. Very, very good movie. Basically, Charlie Heller, played by Rami Malek, is a brilliant CIA decoder whose world comes crashing down when his wife dies in a London terrorist attack. When his supervisors refuse to take action, his intelligence becomes the ultimate weapon as he embarks on a dangerous trek across the globe to track down those responsible. The film also stars John Barenthal, Rachel Brosnahan, and Lawrence Fishburne. I found the movie to be fast-paced and suspenseful. I enjoyed Malek's performance. Like roles like that, this is made for that dude. I mean, that's like what he does. But he was ideal in that role. Really good stuff. I give it an 8.1 out of 10.
Solid.
Takes a lot to get in the 8s, and if you're in the 9s, then just
classic.
Put that star on the Hall of Fame.
Right.
But it's really good. I think if you're into those like spy thrillers, it's right up there. Very good stuff. My preview is the Thunderbolts. Let's go, Marvel. Ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes, Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and John Walker embark on a dangerous mission that forces them to confront the darkest corners of their pasts. This Marvel movie will help set up the Avengers movies to come in the next couple of years. This movie premieres May 2nd.
Ooh, exciting.
So it's coming up. And this run of Marvel movies has been interesting in the fact that they're nothing like the movies that led up to Infinity Wars and Endgame. Just not the same. Very, oh God, there's no continuity.
Right.
I think is what I want to say.
Scattered.
It's all over the place, right? They eventually were building up to this one dude named Kang. Well, the actor got in trouble.
Yeah.
And so Marvel's like, no.
No more Kang.
But they didn't like replace him either, which they probably could have done.
Right.
They just kind of killed the storyline. And so I'm interested to see if that's going to come into play with something.
Right.
We know Robert Downey Jr. is going to portray Doctor Doom. I think that's pretty cool. And Kevin Feige has already said there is going to be a direct connection to the death of Tony Stark and Doctor Doom.
Ooh, that's fun.
So I think Marvel's getting ready to amp up, and they need to.
Yes.
Because individually, some of the movies have been pretty good. Some of the TV shows have been pretty good. But once again, just very disjointed. And you're just kind of trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and they're not coming together.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking forward to this, for sure.
Yes, they got to make it happen.
Yep, no doubt. Well, a lot of times we sleep, even though I already told you I don't.
And I don't have to anymore, it seems.
Well, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you skipped out on
Got that ability.
On the millie.
Yeah.
Yep. While you were sleeping, so in culture, pop culture, TV shows, movies, games, what did we miss while we were sleeping?
While you were sleeping, you missed this YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel today.
Ooh.
Called Garbage Time.
Okay.
Garbage Time is one of my favorite channels of recent, and it's incredible. It's run by this guy named Wade. He's got a handful of channels on YouTube, each one with its own niche, its own speciality.
Okay.
This one, it's focused on shitty cars. It's focused on shit boxes and repairing them and just fucking with them. It is such a fun watch. It's the entire channel kind of started off with this little red car it's a Fiat Nicky.
Oh yeah.
So it's an old car, I think from the 80s or 90s, but it's a 2-cylinder rear engine little doofusy hatchback looking car.
Okay.
And the trunk's in the front, right? Because the engine's in the back. But it's only got 2 cylinders, so it runs like shit. And it's just, its entire mechanics are garbage. So the whole channel kind of started on like, hey, can I make this Fiat Nicky like drivable?
Yeah.
And then it's just like devolved in a fantastic way into him just accumulating these garbage cars and just like fiddling with them. He did this one special where he took this absolute junker of a Volkswagen and he was like, I want to know how long this Volkswagen can run if I use eggnog as engine oil.
Oh no.
That was one of his Christmas special uploads, is he put engine oil he put eggnog in the engine oil, instead of like 5W10 or whatever.
Oh no.
It's awesome. He replaced his coolant with Pepsi.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And it's like he does this with junkers, right? So it's
Sure.
not like he's throwing away a good car. It's just like, what can this car do? It's all about like the combustion engine and toying with it, fiddling with it. It's such a fun watch. And he's an Australian YouTuber, so just listening to him like, oh, man, the conrod shot up right at the bottom, mate. Oh, no. It's so fun and funny. It's just a great time. If you're into... You don't even have to really be into cars. You can just be into construction and goofs and goofy content.
Yeah.
Garbage Time is where it's at, man. It is such a fun watch.
That is good to know.
And it's like bite-sized videos too, 10 to 20 minutes.
Yep.
Just sit down with lunch and watch this dude go out and purchase a Mercedes CLS that the salesman scammed him on, and it's got got water damage, and he spilled a coffee in it. It's got mold inside. It's a whole thing.
Damn.
Very fun.
Garbage Time.
Garbage Time.
On YouTube. Check it out. Because we missed it, clearly. We were sleeping.
Yes.
That's awesome. I look forward to... Because that kind of stuff appeals to me.
Yes. Oh, it's right up my
and
alley, too.
Aussies just kind of... I think they're accidentally funny. I don't think they're trying to be funny, but they are.
Yes.
They're... Like, I think of, one of the Aussies' greatest exports has been, of course, Chris Hemsworth. And that dude, like, you just see him and he's just this mammoth hulking dude, but he's actually really funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On accident. I mean, the dude is just funny. So, definitely check it out.
Absolutely.
This is good stuff. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to end the show. We're going to do our beer of the week and then finish up with the world of weird news. All right, we are in the home stretch of the Mark Moe Show, along with my co-host, Aidan Maloney. I am Mark Maloney, and we're on to maybe one of our favorite segments, Beer of the Week.
The official beer review.
It is the official beer review. And we have a lovely selection this week. And what might that be, Aidan?
It is called Golden Monkey, made by Victory Brewing Company out of Pennsylvania. It's a Belgian triple. So it's pretty sauced up as far as the ABV goes, 9.5%.
Oh,
so this is not something you slam 4 or 5 of.
No.
This is something you enjoy 1 of.
Indeed.
It's got 25 on the IBU, International Bitters Unit, so might have a touch. It's not going to be like an IPA, of course. It's a Belgian. But I love Belgians. I love Trappist ales. Everything like that is right up my alley. So I was excited to try this because I've tried some things from Victory Brewing before. They have one called Sour Monkey. I'm usually not a huge fan of sours, but they do it fantastic.
Do they? Okay.
So I was really excited to try this one today on the show.
Excellent. I am excited as well. And I am often a fan of Belgian beers. There is...
Chimay is
the Chimay is a good beer. Also, I think the metal band Megadeth has a Trappist beer that they have. I think it's called A Tout Le Monde, and that one is really good.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's good. So your liquor store should have it, or if you're in Canada, the beer store. Sorry,
Certainly,
Canada.
right.
I know you guys operate a little differently.
The package store.
Yeah. But at any rate, I'm looking forward to trying
Absolutely.
this,
If you are enjoying a brewski at home, slancha.
Slancha, clang these babies.
Clank.
Let's do it up.
Ooh.
Okay.
Rich. A little banana flavor.
Yeah, I think so.
A little banana flavor in there. You know what? It tastes like banana bread. To me. I definitely get banana. I definitely get some type of bready richness. Malty.
Yeah, malty. Yeah, that's definitely... interesting.
I enjoy that.
Yeah, definitely get the banana in there. Not overwhelming. So, like, if you're not the biggest banana fan, I don't think you have to worry about it. It's just a very light on the palate, but it's pretty good. As far as I don't get like a bitter aftertaste.
No, I agree.
At all. I think maybe the banana kind of balances it out even a little bit, I think.
With the sweetness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah, it is. I can tell it's high ABV because it's strong. You know, it's not, you can definitely tell it's not a lighter beer. It's strong in flavor and feel. But that is just very wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Very wonderful.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Absolutely. I think I'll give that I think I'm up to maybe a 3.75.
3.75 on the old Untapped rating. I'm at a 3.25.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I'm at 3.25. Very good. Very good beer. I enjoy it immensely. And what is the brewing company again?
Brewing company's Victory Brewing.
Victory Brewing.
Straight out of Pennsylvania.
Love it. All right. Well, yeah, excellent beer. I love it.
Very tasty. I think it might be unfair to pit it against something like a Chimay.
Oh, for sure.
But as far as an American-made Belgian goes, that's pretty wonderful.
I think so, too.
Pretty wonderful.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. This was pretty excellent. And if you have a phone, I'm sure you do, definitely get the Untapped app. It's fun. And if you go out, restaurants, bars, even if you're just at home, you go to a party, have a beer you don't even know about, just check in.
Yeah.
Grade it. Do that whole thing. And then you can kind of connect with friends and family and stuff like that, too. So
I agree.
It's actually a lot of fun.
Free app. We're not sponsored by it.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm a big supporter of it. I mean, it to me, I usually use it as, well, of course we use it for the show, but I usually use it as a resource just to keep track of like what I've tried, what I like. You know, if I see a beer that sounds familiar, I can look it up and see like, did I like it? Did I not like it?
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun in that way.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, that was the beer of the week. We both gave it a very strong score. Yeah, if it's at your local bar or pub or your liquor store, definitely go pick it up.
Absolutely.
It's pretty good. Now that leaves us to our final segment, the World of Weird News. We scour the news reports somewhat globally, and we find some crazy news stories. Aiden, what do you got for us this week?
I got one. I was thinking, I'm like, hey, it's been a while since we had
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Big stained guy.
Big stained guy.
Big
oh,
stained
of course.
guy. It's been a while since Christmas happened.
Yes.
And by a while, I mean about 4 months and a handful of days as of recording. So I figured there's no better time than Christmas in late April. Florida man arrested, allegedly struck wife with Christmas tree after she asked him to help make dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, you follow the headline so far?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you.
This comes out of Lake County, Florida. This story is from WFLA.
Ooh, okay.
Florida man was arrested on Monday evening after he was accused of hitting his wife with a Christmas tree when she asked for help with dinner. Fox 35 reported that Richard Atkinson, who's 52 at the time of the story, is facing charges after officers responded to a domestic dispute at a residence in Fruitland Park. The argument began when Atkinson's wife asked him to help make dinner. At some point during the dispute, his wife reportedly put a spoon in the sink, accidentally splashing him with water, causing him to, quote, lose his temper.
Oh, no.
Atkinson proceeded to pack his things and went outside to his vehicle. However, he went back inside because, quote, he had been drinking. The news outlet stated. He told his wife to leave instead.
Oh, no way.
So he's already packed up. Out the door, he's like, wait, I shouldn't be on the roads. He goes back inside. He's like, you get the fuck out of here instead. As his wife began to leave, Atkinson shoved her. That's not a very good thing to do.
No.
Picked up a Christmas tree that was in the corner of the room and threw it at her, hitting her in the process. Hey, that's not very cool. According to Fox 35, Atkinson then blocked the door to prevent her from leaving. This is, of course, after he asked her to leave. He was booked into the Lake County Jail. Of course, police were already on the way at this point. Booked in the Lake County Jail without incident and was held on $8,000 bond. He was released on the following Tuesday. Man, I would have kept his ass in there.
Yes.
I would have kept his ass in there.
100%.
This man is clearly not well.
He's a menace to society.
I fear for the wife's safety. I mean, dog, it's Christmas fucking day.
Yeah.
You can't help out with dinner?
Yeah.
I just... The point of that story that got me so good is the fact he packed up to leave.
Yeah.
Changed his mind and was like, no, wait a minute, you get out of here instead.
That's so
And then proceeded to not let her leave.
That's so crazy.
It's like, dude, clearly you're fucking stupid. But you can't be that dumb, right?
Mm-mm.
But then again, I'm always...
Florida man.
I was going to say, I'm always blown away by Florida man, so...
Yeah, Florida man he's something special.
Christmas and spring, babies, you're welcome.
No doubt. Wow, how about that? Attacked by a Christmas tree. Wish my story was as cool as that. But it is interesting, for sure. A 24-year-old American YouTuber who was arrested after visiting an off-limits island in the Indian Ocean with hopes of establishing contact with a reclusive tribe was further detained in custody on Thursday.
That's always a bad idea.
Not a very American name, but here we go. Mikhailo Viktorovich Polyakov.
Mikhailo Viktorovich
Polyakov. Yeah, it definitely sounds American.
Like vodka.
like vodka. Will appear... Oh, hi to our Russian friends, by the way. Will next appear before a local court in Port Blair, the capital of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands, on April 29th, police said. Polyakov from Scottsdale, Arizona.
This dude from Moscow, Russia. Come on.
From Moscow or Scottsdale. I mean, take your pick. Same spot. Was arrested on March 31st, 2 days after he set foot on a restricted territory of North Sentinel Island in a bid to meet people from a reclusive Sentinelese tribe.
How stupid.
He left a can of Diet Coke and a coconut as an offering for the tribe, this time after he failed to contact the Sentinelese.
Oh my God.
He shot a video of the island on his camera and collected some sand samples before returning to his boat. It may be claimed to be an adventure trip, but the fact is that there has been a violation of Indian laws. Outsiders meeting Sentinelese could endanger the tribe's survival, said a senior police officer requesting anonymity. Damn. As he isn't authorized to speak about the case under investigation.
Ah.
Okay.
So he leaked his own statement.
He leaked it. Gotta love it.
My man.
Polyakov is suspected of violating Indian laws that carry a possible sentence of up to 5 years in prison and a fine.
Jesus Christ.
Visitors are banned from traveling within 3 miles of North Sentinel Island, whose population has been isolated from the rest of the world for thousands of years. The inhabitants use spears and bows and arrows to hunt the animals that roam the small, heavily forested island. Deeply suspicious of outsiders, they attack anyone who lands onto their beaches.
That's fair, man.
Yep. In 2018, an American missionary who landed illegally on the beach was killed by the North Sentinelese.
I heard that story.
Did you?
Yeah, that dude got moidled.
Was killed by North Sentinelese islanders who apparently shot him with arrows, then buried his body on the beach. In 2006, the Sentinelese killed 2 fishermen who had accidentally landed on the shore. An official from the U.S. consulate visited Polyakov in jail earlier this week. We take our commitment to assist U.S. citizens abroad very seriously and are monitoring the situation, the U.S. Embassy in New Delhi said in a statement, while declining to divulge further details due to a privacy consideration.
Naturally.
Police said Polyakov had conducted detailed research on sea conditions, tides, and accessibility to the island before starting his journey. He stayed on the beach for about an hour, blowing a whistle to attract attention, but got no response from the islanders.
God.
On his return, he was spotted by local fishermen who informed the authorities, and Polyakov was arrested in Port Blair, an archipelago nearly 750 miles east of India's mainland.
Wow. That's nuts.
Isn't that crazy?
Clearly it's premeditated.
Oh, yeah.
He intended on going there.
He knew where he was going and why.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I mean, he has no case.
No.
Zero case.
God, no.
There's no way.
And what are the Americans going to do? Be like, we'll take him and put him in our prison instead.
Yeah. It's like, dude.
He committed a crime overseas.
You committed a crime.
Daisies.
And, buddy, you're alive.
Right.
You could have had a spear chucked at your head.
Right.
Like, that would have been the end of you.
Blowing a whistle on the beach.
Blowing a whistle down and take some sand. It's freaking sand, dude.
Could have been standing on that 2018 case.
You could have
buried under your feet.
Yeah, you would have been joining him, my guy.
Good Lord. How dumb.
Isn't that insane?
They want to be left alone. Leave them alone.
Leave them alone. I kind of respect wanting to be left alone and disconnected from all the shit that goes on. If they're happy chucking their spears and eating little forest animals and fishing and doing...
Right. How joyous it must be to be away from the hellscape of capitalism.
Yep.
Can't blame them.
Mm-mm.
Can't blame them.
Nope, you can't.
Don't touch me with a 1,000-year pole.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that is crazy. But anyway, those are our World Weird News stories. Some good stories today, for sure. So let's wrap it up. I want to thank all of you for listening in, most importantly. Tell your friends and family, like and subscribe. We're on all podcast platforms, YouTube as well. I want to thank this guy right here, my co-host, Aiden Maloney, and his podcast. If you want to do a little promo.
Definitely AK219 on YouTube and podcast apps, which will return eventually at some point. And then, of course, my channel, Aiden Spelled the Right Way, on YouTube. Links someplace. Gotta be somewhere. I'll put them around.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a good time.
Definitely.
There's a very fun episode coming out today for the lovely listeners. It's a very fun one. I played this game called Platform 8.
Okay.
Where you're on this looping train. It's an anomaly type game, but it's way scarier than a couple of the previous ones I've played.
Awesome.
So it's a good time.
I love that. That's amazing. Well, definitely check out his content. Aiden's very funny. It's very entertaining. So definitely check that out. And also check out After Hours if you can. That is locally. It is on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Fridays, drive time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you check that out, especially if you like Celtic Punk, like Dropkick Murphys. They're going to be at Riot Fest, by the way. I'm kind of excited by that.
Righteous.
That is pretty great. So definitely check it out. You got some Celtic Punk. You got some alt rock yesterday and today for 2 hours. Pretty fun stuff. You can also catch it on the stream at WVLP.org. You can also catch it on your TuneIn app. Last, certainly not least, I want to give thanks to a lot of people that give us support in this town and across towns. Jatonia Greek Grills, Smoketown Blues Barbecue, Valpo Family YMCA, Curry Ford of Valpo, Curry Buick GMC, Simcoe Signs, Life Centers of Valpo, and The Entertainer Magazine. And of course, this guy right here, Aiden Maloney, AK219, Aiden spelled the right way, and does a great job on the production end of things too, so I appreciate you, man.
No problemo. It's always fun.
Yeah, definitely. But listen to this show, future shows, beginning of season 2. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up for you, a couple of interviews this season as well, so keep listening. We're going to have some fun, and I hope you guys like what you're listening to, and we'll catch you next week.
Take her easy, boys.
Later.